Today on Weekly Wire, we check out the primary election results,
hang out at Pioneer Day in Newport,
plus discover what's planned for this year's Woodbury Days celebration. Hello, I'm Ann Schweisgut.
And I'm Justin Atkinson. Well, on Tuesday, voters headed to the polls to make their selections during the primary election. Several seats are on the ballot, including 2 on the Washington County Board. In District 2, which covers a portion of Woodbury, along with 7 other communities, 3 candidates were looking to move on to the general election in November. Receiving enough votes to move on are current board member Stan Karwowski and current Woodbury Council member Julie O's.
Also on the ballot were 5 candidates for District 4, which represents Cottage Grove, St. Paul Park, Newport, Grey Cloud, Denmark, and a small portion of Woodbury. Moving on to the general election will be current Cottage Grove Councilmember Wayne Johnson and current St. Paul Park Councilmember Jeff Swenson.
Primary voters also made their choice for several state and federal positions.
DFL and GOP selections were made for Attorney General, with Doug Wardlow getting the most votes for the GOP and Keith Ellison being selected to represent the DFL.
2 U.S. Senate position candidates were selected. The GOP chose Jim Newberger and Karen Housley, and the DFL picked Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith.
And political parties selected their choice for governor of Minnesota. DFL voters selected Tim Walz, and GOP selected Jeff Johnson.
Those candidates will move on to the general election, which will be on November 6th.
Well, last weekend, hundreds made their way to Pioneer Park in Newport to celebrate the annual Pioneer Day.
Well, we had a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and we just decided to come down to Pioneer Park in Newport, Minnesota to enjoy their city festival.
Newport's Pioneer Days Bash happened this past weekend. A large amount of concessions, vendors, and activities brought a flurry of people down to Pioneer Memorial Park.
We were here last year and we totally enjoyed it, so we came back.
Some main attractions included a live band, bingo, arts and crafts, and a dunk tank. There were also arcade games and a car show. And everyone's favorite treat made an appearance as well.
The favorite part is the sweet corn. Yeah, we had lots of it.
Needless to say, Newport's annual get-together was a big hit.
It's a great city festival. Wonderful people.
If you purchased a Pioneer Day button, you were automatically entered into the festival raffle. Winning numbers are posted on the City of Newport's website.
Woodbury Days is right around the corner. Our own Bob McSherry is at our interview set with a special guest to tell us more.
Woodbury's annual City Festival is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. Joining us today is Woodbury Days Council President Katie Cheney. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
So you're celebrating your 40th anniversary this year, Woodbury Days. How are you commemorating the anniversary with the festivities?
So this year we're bringing back a lot of our old favorites, as well as bringing back some new flavors to our event. We also are going to be doing a Find Katie around Woodbury and the Woodbury Days card. And if they know the secret word, they can have get one of 40 buttons to an event for free.
And how do they get the secret word?
So the secret word will be posted on our Facebook page this week. So they will need to follow us on social media. So if you search for Woodbury Days on Facebook, you will find the link to the secret word.
Okay, sounds great. What's new this year at Woodbury Days?
So this year we have a lot of new fun kid events to piggyback on some of our old events. We have a Princess Bingo Hour where we'll have actual princesses come to the event and call out bingo for the little kids with Princess Bingo prizes. We have superhero training during the day on Saturday. We have harmonica lessons and a chance for the kids to join in with the band performance after the harmonica lessons. So a lot of fun, different kid events.
What makes Woodbury Days such a great community event?
I think what makes Woodbury Days such a great community event is the way that all businesses and members of the community can participate in the event. The businesses can donate prizes big or small. They can sell buttons at their locations. We have different events for the community to participate from young to old. Parade participants can join in, or people can watch the parades. There's just a wide selection of ways that people can participate.
Okay, and you've been on the council for a couple years now. This is your first year as president. Why did you decide to get involved in Woodbury Days and in the community like that?
So it all started in 2015. My oldest daughter was Little Miss Woodbury Princess, and at that time there was a cry for volunteers, as the event may not continue if they did not receive volunteers for the council. So my husband and I looked at each other after being in the ambassador program for a year, thought we really enjoyed ourselves and wanted to see that event, the ambassador program, and Woodbury Days continue. So we both decided to join the council at that time.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you've joined so we can continue to have Woodbury Days. What are some of your favorite events that take place at Woodbury Days?
So one of my favorite events at Woodbury Days is the Dweebs. This has been an event that my family and I have enjoyed for the last 8 years being residents of Woodbury. And we've brought our daughters there, and we have just had a great time. They love to sing and dance, and then I can sing and dance and act like a kid too. So it's overall just a great time.
Yeah, and the Dweebs have been performing there for many years.
Many years, yes.
So are they going to be out there again this year?
They will be there this year, yes. Papa Dweeb will be there with his gang.
So how can residents get ready for the event?
So residents can get ready for the event by going out to woodburydays.com and looking at all of the different stores selling our buttons currently. We have 15 store locations selling buttons. They are $5 for a single, $15 for a family pack. And those prices are good until Friday, August 24th. We will be selling buttons at the event as well, but the price does increase to $6 for one button.
Well, Katie, thank you for coming in and joining us today and talking about Woodbury Days, and I hope you have a really great festival there at Ojibwe Park.
Thank you. We look forward to having you and the community come out August 24th through the 26th.
Well, it's going to be a great festival, so come on out and celebrate the 40th anniversary of Woodbury Days.
Thanks, Bob. So, Anna, what do you love about Woodbury Days?
You know, my favorite's really always been the Saturday night band followed by the fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Well, great fireworks show.
Oh, great.
Oh, I love that. As a Woodbury resident, I really love the vendors also because that's where I can see new businesses that have come to Woodbury and existing businesses, and they're always handing out cool deals and all kinds of interesting things. So
Great variety there. They have a lot of different businesses and organizations.
They really do, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. We love Woodbury Days.
We do, coming up next weekend. All right, well, and speaking of big summer festivals, if you're looking for a way to get to the State Fair this year, bus services will be departing from the Cottage Grove Park and Ride. Express buses leave every 30 minutes and cost $5 for a round trip. Kids ages 4 and under ride for free. Buses run during the week from 9 a.m. until midnight and from 8 a.m. until midnight on weekends. Bus services will also be available from the Newport Park and Ride from 8 a.m. until midnight on Saturday and Sundays.
Chart-topping mystery writing author Karen Slater is scheduled to appear at the R.H. Stafford Library. You can meet the author on August 28th from 6:30 until 8 p.m. Slater's books have sold more than 35 million copies and is best known for her Grant County series.
Now here's an update on a few things happening around Cottage Grove from the city's communications specialist, Sharon Matson.
Hey Cottage Grove, I'm Sharon. Here's a few things happening in your city. A canoe launch at Hayes and P. Morris Park was built this past July. The launch allows you to conveniently and safely launch your canoe or kayak from the shoreline of the Mississippi River. The park is located at 10657 Gray Cloud Trail, and it's open sunrise to sunset. You now have 2 options to shop at a farmer's market in Cottage Grove. Crossroads Church is hosting a farmer's market on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 7 p.m. Crossroads is located at the corner of 80th Street and Jamaica Avenue. The other market meets on Thursdays from 2:30 to 6:30 at the Cottage Grove United Church of Christ parking lot. That's across from Lamar Fields in Old Cottage Grove. At both of the markets, you'll find a variety of fresh produce, salsa, jam, and honey. The Ravine Parkway project is underway, and I want you to be aware of an upcoming road closure. Jamaica Avenue will be closed from Military Road to 67th Street Court from August 13th through August 26th. The road needs to be closed so the contractor can install deep water sewer and water main to the west side of Jamaica. The detour will be 70th Street to Hinton Avenue. Have you tried pickleball yet? It's a lot of fun. It's similar to tennis, where players use a paddle to bat a ball over a net. The city has pickleball courts at Sunny Hill Park, Cedarhurst Meadows Park, and Granada Park. If you're interested in learning more, check out the award-winning video on the city's pickleball club that SWCTC produced. You can find it on the city's YouTube channel. That's all for now, Cottage Grove. I'm Sharon. Have a great day in your city.
Thanks, Sharon. Well, the River Oaks Golf Course and Event Center is now hiring grill and banquet cooks for day and evening shifts. 2-year line cook or prep experience preferred in a restaurant or similar setting. You must be at least 18 years old, and pay ranges from $13 to $15 an hour. Call River Oaks to apply. Well, if you're looking for a way to volunteer your time in Newport, then the local library and community center would like to hear from you.
From what we hear, there are plenty of ways to get involved.
My name is Denise Fulmer, and I'm a volunteer here at the Newport Library.
This private study.
You know what? My son has autism. He likes maps and he loves libraries, so he found it, and we drove here one day and came in and fell in love with it. Yeah, you know, they had a sign and it said that they need volunteers, and like I said, it's gorgeous in here. It's just a real small town feel to it. And then we also, in addition, my son, I wanted to get him out in the community, and so we volunteer together typically, and that was a way for him to be out and me with him. I started first just working in the classroom, and then moved up to being a preschool teacher. I work with 3s right now, which I love. They have their sense of wonder, and it's preschool. We want them to get to love literacy, right? Or it's the beginning, the forming of that. And library, books. You know, you can go anywhere in a book, right? The cars were sad. People come in all the time, so some regulars, which I just love because you know you get to know them. But you know, we have people that drop by, especially in the summer, who maybe came when they were young here, and they're coming in to look at it again and see how it's changed. And then we just have people just coming in. It's just fun to meet the people. So. We do need volunteers. Volunteers are important, and we can expand the hours if we get more volunteers, and it's so easy and so much fun. I really, really enjoy it here. So.
Contact Newport City Hall to volunteer.
Local and state officials gathered at the new Gray Cloud Island Bridge to celebrate the project that opened up the backwaters of the Mississippi River to flow freely through Gray Cloud Island. The project was a partnership between the Township, Washington County, and the South Washington Watershed District. Last summer, the County Road 75 crossing was replaced with a bottomless culvert structure to reconnect the Gray Cloud Channel with the Mississippi River's main channel.
Now here's a quick look at some upcoming events happening around South Washington County you might want to check out.
Well, you know, another big event happening today, which is Friday the 17th, is Heritage Days in St. Paul Park.
Yeah, Heritage Days is great. Takes place along Broadway Avenue. Lots of great events going on there.
Yeah, it goes on until Sunday, which is, the 19th.
Yep.
Saturday, they got the parade at 11 going down Summit and Broadway. And all those great events happening on Broadway. They got a wrestling show this year.
I know. I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
That should be really fun.
Yeah, a lot of different bands they have scheduled, and just,
car show.
Yeah,
car show and the mud volleyball. So
mini donuts, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Tacos.
That goes great with wrestling.
Exactly.
Mini donuts and wrestling. Come on.
What else could you do?
Exactly.
All right, well, enjoy Heritage Days, and we'll see you next week.